Hi, in this short video we will discuss the application of structuralism to literature. When you study a text, let's say Madame Bovary by Gustave Flaubert, you find some elements of human culture. So what are they in this novel? Emma gets bored with her husband, Charles, loses interest in her child, runs up debts, has affairs, and eventually kills herself. This is the story. So here there are elements of human culture in this novel. Anyone can be dissatisfied with the routines of the married life. It is quite natural. And we witness it around us. So how these elements of human culture are related to the broader overarching system or structure. Overarching system or structure in this novel is that we as readers experience a degree of sympathies for Emma's failure. Though Emma is a fictional character, but we feel pity for her because people around us kill themselves when their extramarital affairs are exposed or when they run up debts for buying an iPhone or a car, or they lose interest in their children and spouses. So when we try to find out the relationship between elements of human culture and in the overarching system or structure, this finding out process is known as structuralism. And this finding out is done actually through a methodology. So here we have used structuralism as a methodology to study this text. And we know that text is structured by language. And what is language? According to Saussure, language is a system of interrelated units or signs and how one sign interacts with other sign for meaning. So here in this novel, there are many signs. Let's say sign 1, sign 2, sign 3, sign 4, sign n. And these signs interact with each other in text and the entire novel becomes meaningful to us. Saussure says that a sign is a two-sided psychological entity composed of a concept that is signified and a sound image that is signified. Let's take sign 1. That is, Emma is getting bored of a married life. So what is the signifier and signified for this sign getting bored? Saussure informs us that the same signifier stands for different signifieds. Now we need to find out how this happens in this novel. Charles falls in love with Emma. So signifier is Charles' love to Emma and signifieds are Charles shows love through kindness, care, admiration and desire. Now let's try to know the other perspective. The signifier is Emma's love to Charles and signifieds are Emma imitates characters in novels. She thinks that love leads to permanent happiness. She pursues love but does not actually love, and her notion of love leads her to the discovery of emptiness and boredom. So we have love as sign in general that has no value as such. Therefore, the value of signs are determined by their places in the system at a given time and in given state. We have tried to understand love through Charles and Emma's perspective. Now we will try to understand the concepts La Langue and La Parole through the same novel Madame Bovary. Saussure says that La Langue is the system called language, which is a set of impersonal rules and conventions. Language is trans-individual and abstract. So in French language, a salutation for male is monsieur and in English language it is Mr. So this is impersonal rule and conventional society made. And when we say that this system is trans-individual and abstract, what do we mean by trans-individual? Trans-individual means that no one can claim that this system is created by me. And when we say that this system is abstract, we mean that the meaning is not fixed but open to interpretation. Here in the text, new boy means newly joined boy. But new car will be either newly launched car or newly purchased car. So even you have bought a second-hand car, you can say I have bought a new car. Now parole. Parole is actual manifestation of language in speaking, which is taken as primary. Parole is individual and concrete manifestation. So when I read this novel aloud, it can be considered as an example of parole because written sign signifies spoken sign and spoken sign signifies concept. Now we will discuss the concept of syntagmatic and paradigmatic relationships. Syntagmatic is the linear arrangement of units as in a chain. The units may be sounds, letters, words, sentences, etc. Here we will take the examples from Madame Bovary. I am reading the text. We were at prep when the headmaster came in, followed by a new boy not wearing school uniform and by a school servant carrying a large desk. So if I asked you a question, who came first? You will reply, first headmaster, then a new boy, and then a school servant. The linear arrangement provides you this information. If I say what is the linear arrangement of the first four words, you will say subject, verb, adverbial. And if I say that can you reverse the order between subject and verb, you will probably say no, not in this context. So the relationship between subject, verb, object is syntagmatic relation. Between adjectives and noun is also a syntagmatic relation. Now we will discuss paradigmatic relation. So paradigmatic relationship is the vertical arrangement of units as in a ladder. The units may be sounds, letters, words, sentences, etc. So at one place Flaubert uses boy, at other places uses pupil, and at third place uses lad for the same signified. The choice is an example of paradigmatic relation. We will discuss other such concepts in the next video. Thank you for watching.